Hello, put the tip in here, 18th of November. Um, the horses have really slowed down on us, haven't they? Yesterday, obviously, I haven't really gone back through the video from yesterday and done the admin. Um, but we didn't do good. Tier two had some places, but Stratus 9 and Mr. Cool just didn't show up. Nor did Stiletto in tier one. Yeah, just thoroughly frustrating. Our little kind of Irish races I currently narrowed down did well. Yeah, just overall, just not a good day again. I'm not sure if it's this huge kind of shift to heavy ground and a lot of horses are getting sent out maybe that wouldn't usually race on this kind of going. Um, it's start of the jump season, so a lot of it's like first time out runners. Maybe that's but there's got to be something because we're slowly eating into that profit margin and we're almost through it now. We need a day. Um, so hopefully today is that day. Um, so we'll just jump straight in. I'm uh, I'm back at home, so good to see this on the computer. As I said yesterday, um, the aim is 100 subscribers by the end of the week. If anyone watching this who isn't subscribed could, that would be great, and I'll do kind of like a video kind of talking about why I've got the time to do this, why I'm doing it, um, why I'm really passionate about kind of doing it and chatting with you guys throughout the day and enjoying it. But yeah, just a little bit more info, I guess, about me. Um, we are on 81 or 82 now, so 18 left. Just if I'm gonna um, be putting a reasonable amount of content out for the rest of the week to try and push to there. But yeah, 100 subscribers, that is the aim. Um, So, jump straight in. Tier 1. We start in the 345 at Newcastle. That is the 345 at Newcastle, and we've got two horses in that race. I just feel it's a good race value wise. At the top of the market, Prince Quattro, not that convinced by, but it's a James Owen horse, so it probably win. Educate is solid, and if Educate was 5 to 1 right now, it would be a tier one horse, but it's not. It's 4 to 1. Probably not going to go that big. And Merajig, thoroughly unconvincing. So the two horses I want to take the field on with is different drum, and Billy Bathgate. Billy Bathgate. So Billy Bathgate's 14 to 1. Different drum is 7 to 1. It's a four-place race. I just think it's worth it. Again, if it, shop around, see if you can get five places even. Um, but definitely those two each way. I think it's a nice little play against the field. The next race is the 5:15 at Newcastle. The 5:15 at Newcastle. And at the weights, I really do not understand how Ben Acre, is 10 to 1. And on the drift, runs really solid in these kind of lowly Newcastle or just generally all weather handicaps. Consistent runner. Um, not been outside the top four in its last four starts. And it's a four-place race. Um, at 10 to 1, I just think the value is there with Ben Acre. And so it and it just for me as a tier one horse, it's that kind of reliable. Um, then we'll scoot across to Limerick, the 235 at Limerick. That's the 235 at Limerick, and it is McIver. McIver currently 5 to 1. If I'm perfectly honest, Gaelic Chastis probably wins this. Um, but McIver switching back to hurdles um, with the form on a lower mark, a much lower mark than the good mark that McIver was running off, chasing. I think is in with a very good shout. Will definitely give um, its running and hopefully can pip Gaelic's Chastis. At 5 to 1, I think it's a bit of a bet to nothing. Um, and then finally the 305 at Limerick. The 305 at Limerick. That is Grace Faraday. Grace Faraday, and that is currently 8 to 1. It's kind of floating around there a bit. I think it might go out a little bit more. You might get tens later nearer the race. Um, but we'll love the ground. I think um, these conditions and distance are perfect. And nothing is strong in this race, if I'm perfectly honest. Um, so I think Grace Faraday has as good a chance as any, if not the best in the race. So they are your 5 horses for your tier one. Your tier two, we jump straight in. The 125 at Kelso, the 125 at Kelso, and that is I Wish You. Um, Very consistent horse for Ian Duncan. Again, I think the conditions will suit. Been racing in class threes, so this is class four. Just think I'm not, I just think it's worth its chance in this race. Its debut chasing looked pretty good last time out, so um, reasonable, a couple of weeks to the turnaround. I think it'll probably be ready. Should come on for the run. Um, yeah, 5 to 1. Um, 5 to 1. I wish you. Uh, yeah, Lucinda Russell just loves this heavy weather. Um, So, uh, on to the 215 at Lingfield. The 215 at Lingfield, and we've got 2 horses here. Um, Cool Katie and Our Amigo. Um, so, just pulling them up. Cool Katie is Dan Scoutton's horse. You know my opinion on him currently. Just running anything and everything, and it all just seems to be sticking. Um, 8 to 1 seems very overpriced. But 7 to 1 for our amigo probably for me has the best form in the race, um, in terms of the scope to improve. So yeah, I just think that's wide open. I'd love to take on the top of the field there. Um, Finally, the 135 at Limerick. That's the 135 at Limerick, and we have 2 horses again. Carry On Heidi and Doyen Magic. I am tired. Thoroughly apologise for that. The horses definitely do not make me tired. Carry On Heidi, 11 to 2, coming in fast. So I would jump on that. This is a wide open race. Yeah, just see the value and come on Heidi. Um, the other one is Doyen Magic, a bit further out in the betting, 7 to 1 currently. Um, I just think the conditions for this on off the back of the most recent run are probably right. Dropped back down in trip and everything just seemed to click at Clonmel. Hopefully that kind of clicks this time. But there you 5 to 2. Jump straight into the overpriced, the 325 at Kelso. 325 at Kelso. Um, and this is D's Getaway. Now on Sky, it's a 6 runner race, but they're giving you 3 places. I love these. This is the only kind of 6 runner races I'll be looking at. But D's Getaway at 8 to 1 is very overpriced. Just the win last time out says to me the revival is kind of happening, and it is a relatively consistent horse. So yeah, D's Getaway at 8 to 1, and then Dark Kestrel in the 745 at Newcastle. Dark Kestrel in the 745 at Newcastle. Um, Again, this horse is really consistent, especially at 5 furlongs. Anthony Britton keeps randomly running it over 6, and it fails every time. But each their own. But 11 to 1 in a 4 place race, I just think it's heavily overpriced. 11 to 1 in a 4 place race for a horse that consistently finishes in the top 4 seems a lot for me. That's your overpriced. Just a couple of bets of note, and both of them are at Lingfield. In the 115, there is a Sky price boost. Giants Grave to win by 5 lengths. Yeah, this horse looks the business. I like that price boost. 5 lengths seems relatively normal against the quality. I actually do like an each way bet in this as well, though. If you wanted to cover that off with Cinquenta, if anything's going to get close, Gaelic Pride did really well at Cheltenham on I think Sunday, finishing second to Soldiers Reeve. Um, and Cinquenta didn't finish far behind Gaelic Pride on the last start. So that could be a sign that that horse is something maybe a bit different. But Giant's great for me. Seems the sure thing, and I like the 5 length price boost. And then the bumper boost today in the 145 is Getaway King, and I do think that looks good. The most recent comeback run looks good. Obviously a winner, um, but yeah, I just the ground's good, ground's fine. I think 6 to 4 is just overpriced for this horse. So yeah, I like that boost as well. That is all your horses for the day. Fingers crossed today's a bit more of a turnaround. I'm hoping so. And like I say, please subscribe. If we get to 100, I'll do that video for you. Plenty of content coming out this week. And yeah, fingers crossed today's a better day.